Hey, what's going on? Oh, it's a crappy one out today. I left the house. I'm cardiac rehab again. Couldn't tell by the background. I left the house today. We were without power. Today's the day when I get my blood draw for my blood thinner for the week. I get to the hospital. The hospital was running on backup power, so the hospital was without power too. So yeah, it was. Depending on where you are and seeing this, do you get wintry mix where you live? Because that's what we're getting today. Right now it's actually turned into rain, but this morning, and if you don't know what wintry mix is, it's basically raining slush. I walked out to my car and I was walking through about an inch of slush this morning. Western Pennsylvania, I gotta hate it. But now back at cardiac rehab, day 2 for this week. This will be my first full week. When I say full week, it's 3 days. I'm already getting bored with it. But I have to do it for insurance purposes. I am trying to keep it is kind of making me a little more conscious of some things, though. I am trying to work on getting my blood pressure down. Oh, that's the other thing too. It's been a week as of like yesterday midday, yesterday afternoon, doesn't matter. I have not had any alcohol or caffeine in that period of time, in an effort to try to bring my blood pressure down. It's kind of working. It's not coming down quick, but it is slowly coming down. I've also taken to drinking beet juice every day. They claim that helps. It's exactly what you think it is. If you don't like beets, you're not going to like beet juice. Even if you do like beets, you might not like drinking them. But yeah, it's just, I got a bottle of it here called Beat It. I see I already drank this one. 8.5 fluid ounces, and it's exactly what you think. Now it's 100% juice. There's no additives or anything. It's 10% apple juice though. So you're thinking, ooh, apple juice. It might not taste exactly like beets. It tastes exactly like beets. No, just hammer that thing down and go along with your time. But yeah, that's kind of where I am right now. I had a nice kind of a run this weekend. I was on my treadmill at home, and my minute per mile time, albeit not fast by any kind of typical standard outside of my own, it was fast, and it was like 15:33 per mile, which is not, I get it, for runners that's nothing, but you know, for me getting back into things, you know, I'm not going to complain, and I felt really, really good, which, I mean, that's actually the more important thing to me, is how I feel rather than how I do. But no, that puts me right where I need to be for finishing a half marathon in under 4 hours, which, I mean, I'm shooting for better than that. I don't even know what my best half marathon time was. It wasn't, I'm like I said, I've said it in previous videos, I'm not fast. I don't do it to try to, you know, set the world on fire or anything speed-wise. I just go out to try to complete the distance and have fun. But no, I'm in the kill zone to actually finish it in the allotted time. Actually, I think Pittsburgh's half marathon, I think they have a 6-hour cutoff. Oh crap, there's another person beside me. Okay, they're gone. But yeah, they got like a 6-hour cutoff, I believe, for their half and their full. Just because the courses are so, like, the half doesn't stray from the full very much, so they just like, because they may have a walking division for the half, so I won't be doing that. I will actually try to run it, but yeah, that's it. There was something else I wanted to mention too. Forget what it was. No extra stuff. Don't know. Don't remember. Anyway, off of that topic and onto this one. So I was watching on YouTube the replay of the 1974, I believe it was the 74 Indy 500, and they mentioned the energy crisis that was going on in the country at the time, and that they were restricting the cars to, I don't know how much fuel it was, but they were all limited in the amount of fuel. And the big, like, story was, were cars going to have enough fuel to complete the 500 miles at the speeds that they were able to run at which they were able to run. I'm sorry. But now, I was born in 78, so I didn't really get any of that, the fuel crisis, I mean. But it was my understanding that it was not an energy crisis per se. It was a petroleum shortage brought upon by, was it like trade embargoes or something, I think? But at any rate, limited to petroleum, I always believed. But Indy cars at the time ran on methanol. Methanol is essentially alcohol, which means I don't believe there's any petroleum products used in its production. So what's this stuff about limiting the amount of fuel they were able to use? Now, I can already understand some people might say, well, fuel that was being diverted to other things. It's like, okay, but at the end of the day, it's still methanol. Like, if a vehicle or anything is, if it's not set up to run off of methanol, it can't run off of methanol. So it wasn't like, so fuel couldn't have been diverted. Whatever supply was there prior to the crisis, or whatever demand was there prior to the crisis, it would have more or less been the same after the crisis, because I don't think there was a whole lot of changeover from petroleum to methanol. So if somebody sees this and they know more about it than I do, let me know, because I'm watching this and I was like, this doesn't make a damn bit of sense. Like, it came across a little like, I don't necessarily want to say propaganda, but it seemed like something else was going on there with that. It was like they were trying to fuel the narrative, and I understand that there was, you know, gas rationing and stuff like that, but like I've been saying, how does that extend to methanol? That doesn't make any sense to me. So if you know more about it, if you were alive then and can explain it, let me know. Just research it. I can't trust that I'm going to get good information anywhere. Good information's hard to find. But that's it for me for today. Might check in again later in the week. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's supposed to get cold this weekend. It's gonna suck. I hate this time of year in this part of the country. That's it. Take it easy.